Yeah, G.I. Joe. Oh, shit. Hi. I didn't see you come in. Welcome to Okay, yeah, let's talk about. I'm Bill, and thanks for stopping over. Um, I Let me see. A lot of things have been going on. First, I'll just get this out of the way. I got new glasses. I'm wearing different glasses in the podcast, and those are different glasses than I normally wear. Maybe you didn't notice. Maybe you did. I'm pointing it out because I love these glasses. I've been shopping. This is not an ad, but Zenny, please get at me because I'm in their VIP. You know, I bought a lot of glasses from them, and I all my glasses from them actually. And this is like my third favorite pair. This is like no my like favorite pair of glasses. I think I was gonna say third favorite pair, but I mean like this pair is my favorite pair. And I've got like four glasses from them. So that's a big deal. No, probably more than that. Anyway, doesn't matter. What matters. Let me look at my little note. Oh yeah, the glasses thing. Also, in the episode, I noticed something that I need to start doing. That's important. Is I'm just going to use this. Yeah, you see, there's a difference. I gotta figure out a better place to put it, but not right now. Anyway, yeah, I'm wearing like a regular hat, and it's like this the whole time. Actually, it's more like it's like this the whole time, which is okay because you don't have to see my face if you don't want to. But look, I mean, if I'm like in the distance, oh man, you can still. Let me see what else. A lot of I'm putting out a new album. You heard it here first. A while ago, I put out an album called the Song Album under the name BFR. Stands for Bill Fucking Russum. Who shot ya? I made that album, and it's me singing and playing guitar and just silly songs. If you haven't heard any, they're on Spotify. Anyway. Point is I'm making a new album. It's the rock song album, and it's those songs with full instrumentation. So, and a couple others that aren't on the internet, which is cool. Yeah, new tracks, I guess. Neat. Anyway, hope you like it. I don't know. It's coming out soon. Let me see. I wrote down notes to make sure I talked about everything. We ran out of coffee creamer. That was pretty tough. Cause, but we got some, my partner, she went out and got some today. So, and we were only out for like a day, but I really wanted one cup of, anyway. I also ordered a Dr. Pepper and got, a Diet Coke. That's a traumatic experience because they're the same color. And it was like the clear McDonald's cup. And the McDonald's Coke is a completely different thing. The McDonald's Dr. Pepper is also a completely different wild animal. So I was looking forward to that. And then it's almost as traumatic as when you order a Sprite and you end up getting just like the seltzer water. Because there's no flavor. You expect the Sprite flavor and there's nothing. That's the worst soda thing that could happen. The second thing would be getting a Dr. Pepper and ordering a Dr. Pepper and getting a Diet Coke. Hopefully that never happens again. Also, I might have COVID right now. I tested negative so far, but I mean, I don't feel good. And was exposed. It's not like I just made it up, even though I do make, I don't know. Sometimes I get nervous about, and I go, ooh, but, if true, if I do have it, this is like my first time having it the whole time. I never had it. And that's pretty bananas to me that I dodged COVID for this long. Yeah, but maybe it's just a cold flu weird thing. I don't know. I talked about the coffee creamer and the ring light. Well, welcome to let's just start with the episode, I guess, right? This is the episode with Terrayne and Katrina. They do a podcast called Alcoholitics. I assure you that it is amazing, and you should go check it out. You can listen to it on where you can listen to podcasts. And by the way, the cat just hit. Oh, there he is. I didn't even realize he was behind me. He's got to do it. Here, let me move Serpentor out of the way. Well, if he's going to be, yeah. Anyway, check out Alcoholitics. This is they're on Spotify and wherever else you listen to podcasts. This podcast is also now on Spotify. So if you're driving in your car, thanks, Chris, friend of the show, Chris William, had suggested I put it other places so that, because when you're driving with YouTube, if you don't have like premium, then you have to have the window open. So that's annoying, and hopefully that fixed it. So you can listen to this on Spotify too. Gosh, if I could reach hold on, let me see if I can't adjust the camera. I'd have to get up to really do it, but maybe, just maybe, if I pan the camera. Oop, wrong way. Yeah. What's up, James? This is Jimmy. Anyway, and that's Serpentor. All right, that's it. Did I forget anything? I don't think so. So enjoy this, and thanks. Okay. See ya. Okay, yeah, let's talk about it. Oh, man. And here's the problem also, as this is the third one. I don't even know how I'm going to start it yet. Like, I don't know if I'm just going to be like, hey, welcome to, I forgot the name of my podcast. Welcome to,
let's talk about. Okay, yeah, let's talk.
Yeah, you're close. Yeah. Well, you know what? Now I'm changing it. When I was like going through hashtags on the internet to like post stuff, there are so many podcasts called "Okay, yeah" or "Okay, let's talk about it."
Wow,
that's not good.
Yeah, they're all very like political though. You know what I mean? Like, and this is kind of like all over the place. Not to say that, I mean, well, this is going to be about politics. So. Surprise.
I 100% thought that we were talking. I thought this was okay. Yeah, let's talk about golden retrievers. So
we could do that too.
Yeah, I'd spend an hour doing that. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, my girlfriend's a dog trainer, so I mean, I'll just go grab her real quick and maybe.
And then we shut up while she talks for an hour and 20 minutes.
That's how it is every single time she goes in public. Like, because people are just like, hey, well, you train dogs. Oh my God. Well, my dog like does this thing. And I just, and like, it's 40 minutes of her, like, telling people what to do with their dog,
Yeah.
For free.
For free.
Yeah, exactly.
She's got to start charging.
I agree. Absolutely. Anyway, okay. So welcome to Okay, yeah, let's talk about. Geez. I'm Bill. Obvious. That's not obvious. I always. Hold on.
Obviously, I'm Bill. So let's get that out of the way right now.
If I'm Bill, then you're you're the audience, and then we have Katrina and Terrayne. Hi.
Hello.
You
guys do a podcast called Alcoholitics.
We do a podcast called Alcoholitics where we until like recently, we have drinks and we talk about what's going on in politics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You took a little bit of a break, though.
We did take a little bit of a break because the season changed. And when the season changes, my brain decides that I'm going to be very sad for a very long time.
Oh, yeah.
which is perfect when you do a political podcast to take off about 3 weeks before a very important election.
Right. It wasn't a busy time or anything.
Yeah, no. There was nothing to talk about when it came to politics at all.
No.
No.
And honestly, like, it's good that there was one less group pumping fear and nonsense out there. Like, we would have went on.
It would have been so negative.
We would have went on and been
so
like,
pessimistic.
Right. We were like, oh, we have literally nothing good to say. Let's just sit down.
Yeah.
Oh, trust me. I know exactly what you're like. It's before the election, it was real hard not to be because like every single indicator. Wow, we'll get real serious. Every single indicator, every pundit. Literally, like the red wave thing was like, oh, this is inevitable. We're all fucked.
Yep.
And nope.
Yeah. Nope. It was, is it going to be a red wave or a red tsunami or a red monsoon or a red, and then it's just like, oh, it didn't happen at all.
Right. Exactly. It was just like, whatever. It's cool.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It turns out people don't take too kindly to when you like legislate against their bodies. They're like, I don't know about this.
Yeah. and it's so surprising to me that that old people were like, oh, they won't care. It's all cool.
Well, they haven't for years.
Right. Yeah.
They waited until it actually happened, not when everyone was telling them it was going to happen.
Right.
That is very true. Yeah. That's the sad part is that everybody, it was just kind of taken for granted. I always thought whenever I used to talk a lot about politics with and we had to stop because I drive a Prius. So that pretty much, and I have a gun. So I have a Prius and a gun. Mm-hmm. So that tells you what I am. No, it doesn't.
I have a Prius and a gun, so you tell me what political party I'm in.
Wait, let me add one more. I also don't think that borders should exist. So, I mean, yeah, and human rights are just like, they're not even political. It's just human rights, you know?
Yeah.
That's exactly how I feel about things. He doesn't, he just has a gun.
Just the gun.
Yeah, exactly. You know, doesn't think human rights. I mean, like some human rights are all right, I guess, but it's awfully funny when it's not funny, but like the conversation. Oh, it got serious real quick.
We're gonna do some yuck jokes in like 10 minutes, so let's do this.
Hell yeah, absolutely. I would always talk to him, and I was like. Before, like, the overturning Roe v. Wade, right? I was always like, dude, the problem is that you've got guns and you've got abortion. And, like, those two things are always the talk. Those are the big points that everybody's like, they're going to take abortion. They're going to take your guns. And nothing will ever change with those two things. And then 6 months later, there's no abortion and there's more guns. Like, it's just like, like, crazy shit happens with like school violence, like shootings and all that stuff, and then they write legislation so that there's more guns.
Yeah,
like how the fuck did that happen? And I felt bad because like I had to say I was wrong to him, but for the worst reasons. I wish that it would have went the opposite way, but whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, it's always those are tough conversations to have. Like there are people that I've talked to that I like, we're kind of like, I don't really think we can even chit chat about politics anymore, just for the sheer fact that like, it's like I know there are a lot of people that are like, you should get along if you disagree, and it's like, but there's a line, right?
Yeah,
like if you don't think certain people get to exist, that's probably the line. We're gonna cut that off. If you think that like, even if you don't get the most votes, you can like stage a coup and just suddenly keep being the leader. Like we probably should stop talking, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. It's so nuts, man. I don't know. I'm older than you guys, and I remember when politics didn't have anything to do. Like there was a point where gay marriage wasn't even a political thing. It was just oh, well, this is a weird new thing that happened in the 80s, or whatever. And it's like, or 90s, I'm sorry. But like, it wasn't a political thing right away. And then suddenly it's like, oh, well, we can write some legislation about this. And I don't know. It kind of opened up a whole new thing, as far as like the Christian evangelical stuff from the 80s, like with Reagan, and then it just
that's absolutely it. They took the gay marriage and the abortion and they made it a right-wing issue to get the evangelicals on board.
Yeah.
We just watched a documentary about it.
Oh yeah.
Sort of.
What is it?
We watched, not exactly. We watched God Forbid on Hulu, which is a documentary about Jerry Falwell and how he, while running the Evangelical Liberty University, and telling those kids that they couldn't have sex or drink or like hold hands was watching his wife get banged out by the he doesn't like to be referred to as the pool guy, but at one point or another, he was a pool guy.
I think when they met him,
he was a pool guy.
Oh my God.
He became other things, including, I guess, a Falwell business partner, to the tune of like millions of dollars, only to like this whole thing is so crazy. The way it came out is so crazy. It's a good watch. But it did point out how Jerry Falwell Sr. was like using the evangelical movement to move to move right wing talking points and make money. Like that's just what they did, and they can gin up controversy over social issues, and that's how they get voters to vote for them, even though their economic policies are absolutely trash.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, like if you look at like poor people like have no business voting for Republicans because they just want to make you more poor.
Yeah.
Again, having a conversation and he's talking about, like the food shortages and stuff like that and what's going to happen and when inflation hits 10% and then, the Walmart is going to have to close in the middle of the cities and then suddenly there's not going to be how are people in the city going to get food? And I was like, they don't care. They don't care if everybody in the city dies because they're not fucking rich. It doesn't matter. Anyway. Damn.
To all of Bill's Republican listeners, we're sorry about this. We didn't want to do this to you, but we got to rip that Band-Aid off. Weirdly enough, Ted Cruz does not care about you. And I know that's shocking to hear because
unbelievable.
If there's one thing that Ted Cruz exudes, it's empathy.
But
concern, empathy. It's like
sensitivity.
Yeah.
No, yeah, absolutely. He really, I remember the time where he came over to my home and he was like, hey, he brought me a sandwich.
Yeah. I posted on Twitter, man, I tweaked my ankle and it hurts. He came over with a frozen bag of peas and sat with me on the couch with my foot elevated on a pillow. He did that. He was there for like six hours, was it?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really nice.
Yeah.
Do you offer him anything to drink, and did he take it?
I offered him some fruit punch, and I believe the quote was, if I'm not mistaken, I can't, it's too close to blood, and I haven't been sated. I don't remember. I think it was something along those lines. Like,
yeah. Oh,
so
that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
When he was over, I gave him, I had red Kool-Aid, and I was like, here you go. And he goes, oh, is there adrenochrome in this? And I said, what? And he goes, nothing, never mind.
He's a card. He's a real character.
He really is. Yeah. He showed me pictures of his dad with like the Zodiac killer.
I believe
he made sure not to leave any DNA when he was at our place.
Yeah.
Very careful about what he was touching.
Right.
Same here.
I believe he did show me the gun his dad used to kill JFK.
Oh,
He showed me that?
Yeah.
And then said, I'm glad Trump told people that happened, and I was proud of phone banking for him less than a week after.
Right. That and called my wife ugly.
Wife ugly. Which
Didn't he?
somehow of the two things is the lesser.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he was like, you got an ugly wife and your dad killed JFK.
JFK. Okay.
Dude, oh my God. There is like I hear a lot of people talk about how funny Trump is, and like there is some bananas shit that he says that is funny, honestly. I mean, like shit like that is just out of the but we all know he is losing his edge because de-sanctimonious. Like,
I actually think it's great. I like
really?
it. I think it's great.
You're wrong. I'm so sorry. You're wrong.
I like it. I like it.
That's such a grasp from nowhere.
I like it.
Yeah.
It's so
De-Satanist?
specific. Like, it's so specific. It's just like, yeah. No, I think it's funny.
He's not if he's de-sanctimonious, though, I don't know what sanctimonious means. So,
well, I think it's like sanctimonious, like duh.
Duh. He's very sanctimonious. I still don't know what it means. What does it mean? I'm gonna Google it. I'll put it up on the screen right now.
Yeah, you pull up the definition and pop that up there. So in this, here's the thing though. In the same breath, because I do think that he is low key sometimes pretty funny. Yeah. In the same breath of like throwing out Ron DeSanctimonious, he was reading poll numbers.
Right.
And he's like, it has me at 71, Ron DeSanctimonious at this. And then he's like, Mike Pence at 7. Oh, Mike's doing better than I thought. And he did it so like off the cuff. It was really, really funny.
Yeah, exactly.
Credit where credit is due.
Absolutely. It's almost like you forget that he wrote and took out a full page ad to have the Central Park 5 killed.
Yeah.
Like literally like give innocent kids the death penalty, please.
Which is a pretty weird platform, but I don't know, he got elected, so.
Yeah.
Ted Cruz came over, was the
Is his
sweetest.
real first name Ted?
It's Raphael
Yes.
Theodore Cruz, is that right?
That's
I don't know about Theodore. I know Raphael's his first name.
I want to say Ted is his middle name.
He probably would.
wonder why he wouldn't go by that. By Raphael.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't want to get confused with being a Ninja Turtle, or... Oh, wait, is it because it's like, No,
it's the Ninja Turtle thing. Middle name is Edward.
So he just
Ted is
made...
his name.
He made
Do
it up.
people call Edward Teds?
I don't know. I guess it could.
Wasn't Ted Kennedy Edward Kennedy? I think Ted is...
Yeah.
Sorry, we are now devolving into what can Wikipedia tell us about names?
I am into it.
Yeah, Ted is Edward. Edwards can be Teds. But can we right now, just for everyone, like, no, they can't, and don't do that anymore. If you're Ed, if you're Edward, you're Ed or you're Eddie.
Yeah.
You only get Ted if you're Theodore.
Right.
Theodosia, end of list.
There you go.
Those are the two.
And there's only one Theodosia.
There's only one.
That's right. Just like Prince.
Just like Prince, there's only one Theodosia. I fear that the thing that Katrina was worried about most is happening, which is this is going to be a bit heavy record.
Yeah.
Many bits. And she's like, I will say.
I tried.
You got
I tried
into
to
the
get
one
into
bit.
a bit.
It was great.
Yeah.
You got into the bit and it was great.
Yeah, you absolutely did. And it's okay. You know what? You start one.
No.
All right. And we're all going to leave and you start one.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I wanted to point out my background, by the way. You guys have a great background. I love it. It's like the cool S. I'm obsessed with the cool S.
I'm not sure what that is.
about?
Oh, the S from high school?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. The S where I truly don't know the origin.
I never made that connection.
Do you see it though?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I will tell you this. So actually, the previous podcast that I did, we did Wikipedia strange Wikipedia articles, and one of my examples of a strange Wikipedia article was the cool S. It's very short. Basically, no one knows the origin of the cool S. There is evidence of it being possibly graffiti in like the 1300s.
What?
There is possibility of it being in caves.
No.
Like seriously, like I'm pulling it up. Hold on.
I love it.
That's crazy.
I
That's
love
crazy.
that there's this thing and there's just no reason why it exists at all, but it does.
Right?
It's fun to draw.
It is fun to draw. Do you remember how to draw it?
No.
I don't. I know you have to put like some lines and then lines and then connect them.
Yeah.
So check this out. This symbol and other nearly identical S-shaped motifs have appeared for at least hundreds of years. A similar pattern can be seen in 14th century tile work at the central courtyard of the Sultan Hassan Mosque in Cairo, as well as in the background of a 1533 painting, The Ambassadors by Hans Holbein or whatever, Hobbit. It's visually similar to. I'll just put it on the screen, because not for you guys, but later on in the podcast.
You
Just
lucky,
overlay it on our background.
you lucky listeners.
See if it matches up.
You lucky listeners get to see some pretty cool stuff.
Oh my gosh, I am obsessed with the cool S. It's like, I don't know why. I can't even tell you why. But
I'm definitely intrigued not knowing where it comes from.
Yeah, that's wild.
Like
Right?
that's huge to me.
Yeah, like that might be one of those things where if like how did it possibly get into like our like according to the article, I think it got popular in the 70s. That's when it started, like in American society, I guess, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So, but like how did we all go, "Oh, this thing that's existed forever. I'm bringing it back."
Let's put it on my notebook.
Yeah, exactly.
We're
Yeah.
gonna get this on all of my notebooks immediately.
I'm going to put that and draw Metallica somehow, like the letters. From so stupid, but God, I love it. Who? Oh, go ahead.
No, it was just one. There are a lot of like, this is stupid, but there are a lot of like questions I want to, like, you know how you think about like when you die and what happens after you die, and if you can find stuff out. That's
Right.
one of the true, real questions I would have. Who did this?
Right,
Where
yeah,
did this
right.
come from?
It is like it's unbelievable. I cannot believe that. Well, I did see that it like it kind of resembles like the infinity symbol also.
Yeah.
And so maybe there's part of that is why, I don't know, man. It's just so cool though.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do? I'm gonna get a big tattoo of it on my forehead.
Okay.
Brave.
Not tomorrow or anything, but
But soon, though, right?
yes, very soon.
Not tomorrow, but like I think you have it scheduled for next week.
Right, exactly. Ted Cruz is doing it.
The good guy Ted's doing it on the cheap, right?
Yeah, of course, he's doing it for free.
Good guy Ted's doing it for free and using the worst equipment he can find.
Right, he's apprenticing. Don't make fun of him for being poor.
I'm not making fun of him. This man is a capitalist. He is going to the cheap to get this done for you for free.
Absolutely, yes. That's how people stay rich. They just don't spend any money.
Don't spend money on forehead tattoos.
Yeah, exactly.
Get Ted Cruz to do them for. In fact, everyone who's listening, if you could just go on Twitter and ask Ted Cruz for a forehead tattoo.
Right. Make sure you change your Twitter handle to Elon Musk when you do it.
Yep.
Honestly, just pay the $8 and say that you're Olive Garden and send it to it. Pay the $8. You're Olive Garden. Could you come tattoo my forehead with the cool S? Love you, Ted Cruz.
XOXO. Dude, oh my God. I think, do you think, okay, so this comes out at the end of this month, which is November. Do you think that Twitter will still be a thing by then?
by
That's a
episode
great
drop,
question.
will Twitter
That's a great
still be
question.
there? I think Twitter will. I think Twitter's still gonna be there. Like, I do think that we're watching the slow burn to death of Twitter.
Slow
yeah.
is, I don't know how slow it is.
I mean, I don't think we're seeing too many, like, I don't think we're seeing a whole lot of, like, fleeing the platform
Well,
entirely.
see, I don't
we're
think
just
it's-
seeing them lose all of the money that they have.
I don't think it's about necessarily the people, the like users disappearing that will cause the end of Twitter.
yeah.
It's that all of the people who work at
Yeah.
Twitter
The staff
are
is
gone.
either getting
Right.
fired or voluntarily leaving.
Yeah. There's
Oh
not
my
going to be any
gosh.
staff except the Tesla employees that Elon forced to come over and work there,
That they're like,
who don't know how to run Twitter.
no.
That's incredible. I didn't know that happened.
Oh,
That
yeah.
is insane.
Yeah.
I saw that he fired half of the staff, and then I also saw like a Slack message that whoever they were in charge of hiring people back, and I don't know if y'all saw this or not, but it basically was talking about how the people that they're hiring back are pretty much like the laziest people that they had working for them, but they're also like the most, I guess they're most essential, but they're lazy and they also don't like Elon Musk. So, so like basically the guy was like, I'm going to have to like hire them and then fire them again pretty quickly. So we better like make sure we have a plan to get everything done as soon as possible. And then that got leaked like that day. I don't know if he still works there.
He didn't. Elon, I think the funniest thing was like Elon Musk kept threatening to buy Twitter. Everyone was like, he's not actually buying Twitter. And he's like, I'll do it. And they're like, you're not going to do it. And he's like, I'll do it. And then Twitter's like, okay, do it. And he's like, okay. And then like a week later, he's like, I don't want to buy Twitter at all.
Right.
It's just like, well, you have to like he bought Twitter at the point that he bought Twitter because he had to, because
Right.
contractually they forced him to buy Twitter.
Right. Exactly.
Like
yeah.
the
'Cause
SEC was going to come after him if he didn't go
Yeah.
through with it.
which is insane that he was just like on a whim one day, like, oh yeah, I'll totally do this. And then also he like was like, no, I was just kidding. But then made it like, oh, they lied about the amount of bots and shit like that.
You knew that this was just filled to the brim with bots.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there's no one, unless you consulted 0 people when you bought this,
Yep.
anyone on Earth could have been like, yeah, it's filled to the brim with bots.
Well, in the
it's a
beginning-
social media network.
In the beginning,
It
that
has
was part of the reason he wanted to buy it, was to get rid of the fake accounts. That's what he
Right.
said. And then he's like, too many.
Too many.
Yeah. many.
Yeah. Exactly. I just think it's so I don't know, what a bad move. And then lost $1 billion in a day. And I guess, and this is like stuff, you guys know Hassan
Piker?
Yes. I couldn't remember his last name. I could just see like all of his Twitter or like all of his different handles. Anyway, he was saying that like the problem that Elon is going to have now is that he sold Tesla stock in order to help bankroll what's going on, like the $1 billion loss basically. And the problem is going to be that before, the way that Tesla kept afloat was through like the electric vehicle credits that they were buying from other companies. But now all of those companies are making electric vehicles this year.
Yeah.
So he won't be able to like even do that. And so there's basically like Tesla's been subsidized by the government since its inception, and now it won't be. And so it could actually, like, I don't know. He's never going to actually not be a billionaire. Right. You know what I mean? But I sure would like to see it. I sure would.
Yeah. It's just like he learned that he doesn't know how to run a social media company because he thinks that like he thought, oh, well, I use Twitter and people love me on there. So I know how to run this, right? Like it's truly like this is what happens when just an internet troll runs a social media company. It's bad. It doesn't work. He doesn't know how to do this, so he's doing it poorly. Anybody could have said, hey, bud, don't let people pay $8 to impersonate whoever they want.
Yeah, for real.
One of the things I saw that he did that shows like his ignorance of the situation is that when they were making their cuts, they did it for like the coders. They kept around the people who had the most code in the system. So those are the least efficient coders out of the group. They write the most because they don't know how to like keep it short. So now the people that are left are the ones who end up actually not being very good at writing the Twitter code. Like that's just, it sounds like the smart thing to do if you don't think about it for a second. Like
Truly, because I know nothing about this, I was just like, okay, cool, what's going on? It took me a sec for the shoe to drop when you explained it to me, because I wouldn't know that. But then again, I'm not running Twitter for that very reason.
Right. That and the $44 billion or whatever.
Oh, yeah, I have that. That's pocket change to me, baby.
I knew it. That's how you got that cool ass background.
Yeah. This, it costs so much money. So much money.
I'll tell you, I bought this green screen and I'm so excited when I actually figure out how to use it. I guess you can do it, but you have to do it like OBS or whatever. You can do it, but you have to do it it should be running something on it now as opposed to like putting it in later. But maybe you can do it in I don't know. I have no idea. So anybody, just I'll send you the video and you can just put in whatever you want in the background.
Go ahead and throw whatever you want back there.
Yeah, exactly. Download it. Yeah, I love that. I love that idea. Doesn't matter.
I never got how green screens worked, like at all. There's one thing. This is just something I'm not smart about. I really hate. I have like a weird ranged knowledge base of like some important stuff, a lot of unimportant stuff.
Yeah.
Green screen, never. I couldn't figure it out. And I get real people who like are able to seize upon someone who wears like a green outfit and immediately just like make them be wearing something that's doing something else.
Right.
I just want to be able to do that, man.
Yeah. Absolutely agreed.
What about you, Katrina? Do you want to do that?
Not something I've ever thought about.
Never.
You're not living.
I bet if you just took like a class, like a little...
I don't have time. I'm too busy making $44 billion so I can buy Twitter from Elon Musk.
Exactly.
I don't have the time.
I think, you know what? I'm going to take college courses. To learn how to do a green screen thing. Yeah. I guess I don't know.
I will say I'm pretty sure that we're all one YouTube search away from it, from the knowledge being right there.
Yeah, that is true.
It just takes one bit.
Yeah, except for sometimes yes, sometimes no. Like yesterday I had to go buy a different webcam because I was using, so I have a Mac, and I got this webcam like super cheap, and it was like, it's made by the company Razer, so it's like gamer stuff, you know?
Yeah, they do gamer stuff, scooters, and webcams.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The Motorola Razer.
Yeah, they do phones.
That's where they start. Yeah, they got the phone,
scooters.
Actual razors, so you can, geez. Anyway, so like something happened with like the new update for the Mac, because like you guys have Macs, right?
I have a Mac. Well, I had a Mac. And then yesterday when you went to get that webcam, mine went, "Hey, Terrayne, I'm done." So I'll have a
Ted
Mac.
Cruz is stopping by, and I'm going with him.
Ted's actually dropping off. I'm getting a new one tomorrow. Ted's going to drop it off for me.
Oh, that's so nice of him.
He's gonna fly from Texas to here to give it to me, which is pretty cool.
Wait, he's not in Mexico right now?
That's
right.
His state isn't frozen right now, so he can stay there. Once it gets too cold, my man dips and heads over to Cancun.
But
don't worry. He just blames his wife and children for doing it. So
right,
it's fine.
they wanted to do it. Was I supposed to not go?
I was just dropping them off.
You know how sometimes you drop your kids off at school? I was dropping my family off at Cancun. I was going to go back.
Yeah, it's just, I couldn't fly back in because of the freezing weather.
Yeah. So I had to get out of there. I mean, what? Sorry, go ahead.
No, I completely forgot what the fuck I was saying now, though. I love it.
Webcam.
You went to get your webcam.
Yeah. So you know how like Macs, like when they'll have new updates and it basically like, I mean, you might notice some things, but for sure they just change your background.
No, I rarely see my background. I have a Google Chrome window open at all times, so I rarely ever see my background.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
honestly, gun to my head, I couldn't tell you what my background was before the computer died.
Well, it's usually just like an abstract looking weird, like, I don't know, graphics and like colors and shapes and shit. And nothing as cool as the cool ass or planets. But they're just automatically like, look at like iPhone also does like a weird, they have like very strange, like, wait, are you looking at it?
I'm looking at my iPhone.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to my background so I could just. I do like the backgrounds for the. Wow, I really hope people love hearing about backgrounds.
They have no choice.
There's the one background that's on here where it like, and this actually probably also isn't good, but it like knows where you are because it knows your location services. So it's like, it gives you a big thing of the earth and then just puts a little dot where you are. And I hate that I think that that's cool as hell, but I do.
Right. I don't have Facebook because like they can track you.
I don't have Facebook because they can track me. Anyway, back in the day, I had a Foursquare account and I checked it at every building I ever went into.
Exactly. It's like, dude, you're walking around with a phone that is tracking you and you're going to be like,
bugged right now.
Yeah, exactly. They didn't have to do shit.
We wear watches that track us like all the time.
Exactly.
Fitbit literally is saying, yeah, ladies, I'm going to give your information away to the cops. And I'm like, oh, that sucks, but I got to check my heartbeat right now.
Yep, exactly. I feel terrible because when I hit a certain age, I feel like there's something weird about white guys that hit a certain age and they need to find out about their genealogy.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and I did a 23andMe thing, and then I found out that they sell all your shit. Like, I'm like, dude, you sold my DNA? Mm-hmm. Like, what? You can clone me if you'd like?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like that at all.
And also, if a relative was a serial killer, they're gonna use that.
Yep.
They're gonna use
exactly. Wait, what was that on?
It's happened a lot of times.
Okay, yeah. But I feel
in
like
the
that was
last few years, there have been so many serial killers caught from this.
That's so weird, right?
It's crazy.
Oh my god. Well, good. I'm glad that those people get caught.
I'd be so pissed.
Did they catch the Golden State Killer that way?
I think that might
so.
Be
yeah, that's probably the biggest one.
So pissed if like I'm a successful serial killer and
your
like,
niece,
it's like, oh, my third cousin is decided to do a 23andMe and now I have to go to prison forever. Like, right? No, I don't think so.
No, it's definitely not going to happen. No. No, thank you. I abstain from prison.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not going.
Right.
Not for them because they wanted a 23andMe.
Yeah,
is that
exactly.
it? That's the only reason I have to go? No.
I think. Yeah, no. That sounds like Biden's America to me.
No, seriously.
Oh, man. I think that, yeah, and the only reason I actually did it was mostly because apparently I might have a sister that I didn't know about. Yeah, exactly.
That's a good reason to do it.
Right, exactly. Well, I mean, like, I'm friends with her on Facebook, and I just never talk to her. I just don't message her and ask, you know? But I was like, maybe she's on here. Let's find out. And then, yeah, nope, she's not. Damn. But I have, like, 19,000 cousins.
Well, you could message that person and be like, yo, I found out we're not siblings, so you can chill. And
right,
just send
exactly.
that immediately.
Right. Exactly. Hold on a second.
I hope that doesn't mean that's okay. Good.
No. We just I should have mentioned this before. Well, I did mention my lady friend. She happens to be a trainer of dogs, and there is a dog that is in a crate in this room.
Really?
Oh, I hear it now.
Yeah, I can hear it whimpering a little bit.
Yeah, and now, well, because the cat came in here, and like the crate is covered so that he can't really see what's going on. Mm-hmm. But guess what? Then the cat figured out a way, like, basically started fucking with him. So,
yeah. Well, the cat's like flaunting its freedom.
Yeah,
the cat's like, "What's up? You can't cage me."
Like, legit. Like, and this cat is just an asshole on top of that. So.
Meow meow, motherfucker.
I love him.
Come get
yeah,
They tend to be assholes.
Yeah,
right.
We literally we shut our cats out of here to respect you and your record.
Yeah, I'm sorry. And then, meanwhile, I've got a whining dog in the background.
A whining dog and a like taunting cat.
Yeah, he'll probably hop up here eventually. That's what he likes to do, and look out the window. But we'll find out. Anyway, so you guys have cats?
We've
got 4 cats.
Yeah, you want to give the names of our cats?
Amelia, Penelope, Charlotte, and Desmond.
Why are they all so fancy?
Because we're never gonna have kids.
Because they're our children.
Hell yeah!
Because they're absolutely our children.
I love that.
But like,
yeah.
We wanted a lifestyle where like we wanted children, but also like we want to be able to like leave the house whenever we want and not have the police get called on us. So
hell yeah.
This is the way we can have those kinds of children.
Right. Exactly. Mm-hmm. I think it's and cats versus dogs. Like, I'm not gonna get into the whole cat versus like cat people, dog people thing, whatever. But if you do want a lifestyle where you can just leave, you cannot have dogs.
Right.
You have to have cats.
Yeah.
Because cats can be probably pretty good on, like overnight, maybe another, day and a half. But you don't really want to do that too much. But if you just opened up the food, they'll be fine. Dogs, they'll poop in your house.
Yeah.
Cats
they'll
can
destroy
poop in the
it.
house. Yeah. Cats are allowed to poop in the house. In fact, it's encouraged.
Right. Mm-hmm. We give them a bunch of little boxes, and we're like, "You have that, kids."
Right. Exactly.
But again, you do that with real children, and SpaghettiOs, you're in prison with me, the murderer. Right. It's ridiculous.
It's
absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
I think like you're definitely right that you like. If you want to have a lifestyle where you can leave, you can't have a dog. Teleworking, like after the pandemic and teleworking, has really put like I want a dog so badly it hurts.
Yeah.
Like I love our cats so much. They're very, very sweet. And I love how like, low maintenance in the terms of like they don't need me all the time.
Right.
But like I'd love a dog.
Yeah.
Because they're just cute and they actually like love you. Whereas cats like sort of they love you in a way that a cat can love.
Right. I found out, I think that this is so fascinating. So dogs can recognize that we are different animals than them. And cats can't. Cats just think everything else is a cat. So dogs, and like this was like some, Tumblr post or whatever, but it was like the person responding was like, so you're telling me that like when I'm looking at my dog and I'm like, oh my God, you're so fucking cute, my dog is also looking at me going, oh my God, you're so fucking cute. Like, because you're a different animal. And then also that explains why cats will like hunt for you and shit because like they think that you're just a real shitty hunter. And
Oh, yeah.
so that's why they're bringing you a mouse, you know, because you obviously don't know what the fuck you're doing.
You can't do it, idiot.
You're such a big, dumb, hairless cat.
God,
Show
I'll
you how
do
it's
it.
done. So bananas, right? I wonder if that's true, but I think it is.
Yeah. I used to think that cats can't feel love, and like I don't think that's true anymore after having some of ours.
Right.
But like at the same time, like their love is not kind.
No.
Desmond's love
It's not like a
involves-
selfless love.
No.
It's not like unconditional.
Oh, the
certainly.
huge conditions.
Lots
Are
of
you
conditions.
giving me food? Are you
Right.
letting me scratch you whenever I want to? Because if so, I love you so much.
Right.
If you try to instill one boundary, I'll turn on you like that.
Right. Oh my God. Yeah, we have 2 cats and 3 dogs. And on top of that, like she does boarding and training. So we have, and she'll like, you know, dog sit for people and stuff. So it's a lot of fun. Truly,
Sounds
like
a
honestly.
saint.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But like, I mean, like, I don't know. It's weird when you realize, oh my God, I get along with animals so much better than people. Like, because you can just be like, hey, no, like, let's go outside. Okay, cool, let's do that. Hey, do you want some food? Yes, I want some food. And then, you know, people you gotta like, I don't know, talk to.
Yeah,
Share
I
things.
hate it when I ask people, hey, do you want to go outside? Do you want to go
Yeah,
outside?
exactly. I'm like, oh, are you a good boy? Are you a good boy? Who's a good boy? Yeah, that
And
would
they're
be
like,
weird.
quiet down, we're at the movie theater. It's
Right.
ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly. Then
I'm
they
just
send you
trying to make friends. It's like, but then they're like, stop sniffing me. It's ridiculous.
I don't like it.
I don't like it at all. How were your lines for your midterm vote? I don't know if you voted. That's very presumptuous.
No. It's not presumptuous at all currently, because I'm going to tell you, I did vote. I actually like, you know how they send you that voter report and they're like, in your district, you're like, they said like I'm like the top 1% of voters because I vote in everything. But because I stay with my girlfriend often, which is an hour and 15 minutes from where I live, legally. I got a mail-in ballot. Problem was, I got my mail-in ballot, and so I guess like a couple years ago, it was like as long as it was mailed by election day, like if it was post-stamped, yeah, by like what it would have been the 8th, then it would have been counted when it showed up if they needed to, basically. Because Trump wanted to destroy mail-in voting.
Yeah.
Not only did he dismantle the post office, which is why I wear this hat in support of the post office, because, yeah. But they also changed it so that it had to be received by 8 p.m. on Election Day. I had Googled and saw some misinformation. And then I got a call from somebody who was like, they were basically trying to find out who I'm voting for and stuff. And they reminded me that like you might want to double check that. So I literally had to drive an hour and 10 minutes because the options is I could basically waste it and not like I could have mailed it and it wouldn't have mattered.
Right.
I could go to where I normally vote, surrender it to the justice of whatever, the voting god, and then I would be able to do an actual ballot. But I don't trust them. like where I go, it's always like, oh, yeah, it's Bill. Oh yeah, Democrat. You know, which they don't do that. I've gotten asked for my ID, and I vote there every single year. But you know, whatever. Well, every 2 years, not every year.
Well, there's an election every year.
Is there?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because the year before would be like yes, exactly, yeah. Yeah, and I do vote because there's this guy that's down the street that I really want to win as our township supervisor or some shit. Dan Greek, he's awesome. Taekwondo master. Anyway,
he'll fight
he campaigned
for
yeah. Why? Why isn't that what? Why isn't that what it says on his thing? He'll fight for you is the.
That's free.
That killed me. Oh my God. Lord have mercy. Okay. Anyway, yeah, no, he's rad. But so I didn't trust them, so I drove to the actual like county place and dropped off the ballot. So I had to drive like an hour and a half. Where the whole point of it was like so that I didn't have to drive anywhere, you know?
Yeah.
But, yeah. Anyway, so yes, I totally did vote. And it was, I don't know what it was like.
But, I mean, you drove an hour and a half, and now Dr. Oz isn't our senator. So that's pretty good.
Thank fucking God. Yeah, exactly. Well, and that's the thing is that I mean, granted, in my county, it was like 60% for Oz, but you know, I did my civic duty, and I was like, fuck that guy. There's just no, you know, I don't know.
I think that's a great. So look, sometimes the best way to do your civic duty is to be like, ooh, let me go and fuck over this person by voting.
Yes.
Like I'd love to know that like I made Doug Mastriano sad because I was part of the reason he lost by like 14 points.
Yeah, exactly. Me too. I like that really makes me yes, I do get a great deal of joy from that. I think I don't know. I mean, the Mastriano was like a terrible fucking candidate.
Yes.
Like, how do you pick some dude who's like, you know, oh, you know, I cosplay as like, you know, like a Civil War, like the South guy, you know, because it's my heritage.
Because the Republican voters get to pick.
Right.
That's how.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's really working out for us so far.
Yeah, truly.
Right. Everybody who Trump supported and endorsed lost, right?
Like
or like almost every single one.
The statewide races, almost
like
all of them.
Or was it?
Oh, I'm talking specifically statewide. Like Blake Masters, he lost. Carrie Lake lost. Oz lost. Mastriano lost. Herschel Walker's going into a runoff with Warnock, which he very well may lose. Like, truly, Democrats really need to like give big ups to Donald Trump for saving the Senate.
Absolutely.
He absolutely saved the United States Senate for the Democrats by putting up some of the wackiest people. Like, truly, I believe, and this is something I saw, I heard in a different podcast. I believe I need to go look. Almost, if not every, I think, other than Alaska right now, which is still figuring out what's going on, as well as Georgia, every every incumbent senator won.
Oh wow!
They're like every defending senator won. So like Toomey wasn't defending, so he wasn't in. Fetterman won that seat, but like Cortez Masto won, Mark Kelly won, like just
Ron Johnson.
Ron Johnson won.
I like that name. That's a good name.
I do love Ron the Doc Johnson. I'm trying to figure out a way to make it funny, but I can't.
Right, yeah.
Truly, Ron Johnson is COVID misinformation come to life, and I'm just so disappointed that he won by like a sliver. Wisconsin is so finicky and so close. I need to have a chit chat with a Tony Evers, Ron Johnson voter, and I need to do that immediately. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I love education funding, but I also love when people just tell me batshit nonsense about COVID.
Right. Oh my God. Yeah. That was a. Oh, I don't.
They're coming for you.
I'll probably cut that out. Yeah. Ugh, I don't like to edit. God. I hate editing.
Oh man,
we don't edit.
I feel like editing. I know you did one already talking about podcasting, but I feel like editing is just crazy, and like I edit. We do Alcoholitics. I think I edit. I've edited maybe very, very few. I'm like, I'll just allow for some pauses, and I'll allow for, but then. It's comedy based at its root, and I pretty much will allow myself to say whatever, or like we won't when we actually do it, I don't like go and say anything too crazy, but there are jokes that have to get cut out.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
there's some jokes
every so often
there are jokes we have to be like,
that's just a little too far.
Yep, just like I don't know if we could do this.
Yeah,
and then there are jokes that like other people say that they then want to cut out, and I'm just like, damn, I wish I would have said that joke then.
Right, exactly. Oh my God, we had the same problem with the previous podcast because it was like very heavily edited, and it's like there was so many things. Like it started out as like being heavily edited because we would just kind of go for everything, and like. You know, if like 60% of the stuff doesn't land, but you're like taking the chance, like,
yeah.
And then it's like, ooh, that came across as like not cool because nobody laughed. All right, let me just cut that. I'm trying to parody something, you guys, you know, or whatever. And then it's like, and then it turned into way like so much work that I actually like I started paying somebody else to edit it. I was like,
Smart.
dude, yeah, you listen, do me a favor, Mike. Mike Peters, by the way. I'll put his Instagram on here. I was like, dude, like, you know, just do what you've listened to us, you know what it is. Do me a favor. Like make it sound like us. And he was like, okay, cool. And did. But this is like one of those things that and by the way, it doesn't matter. We're going to talk about other shit in a second, but I definitely feel like this podcast in particular is like I'm trying to be as one take as possible.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, because it already is like 40 hours of editing. Doing like, you know, inserting like shit. I don't know if you guys watched or not, but like it's all fucking like, you know, inserting graphics and stuff like that. Because my brain, like while I'm talking, I think of all these other things that, you know, like I don't know. And it just anyway, everybody's watched this and they all know what I'm talking about right now. Anyway,
everyone sees the sight gags that you're doing.
Exactly. Yeah. I was actually talking about, oh God, this sounds, I'm sorry for how, like, I'm trying to remember the word. I'm so smart. Hold on. Not stuck up, conceited. Yeah. So man, I'm going to throw up after I say this, but I think like podcasting is an art. We're
artists.
Yeah,
you're
exactly.
consuming our art. Listen, when I sit down at the desk and I have a bunch of vodka and then just like read the New York Times at you but louder, like that's art.
It is.
Okay?
I believe that. That in my heart of hearts.
I do think I'm not knocking you. I do think that in a way this is, you know, that is art, especially if you're going to go in and like add like visual jokes and that kind of like that's 100% art.
Yeah.
And that's Well, I appreciate that. That you said that. I think that you're lying, but I appreciate it. It's just it's so weird because like
he fucking thinks this is art.
Yeah, I know, what an idiot. What is he gonna do?
What's he gonna do now? Put some sort of weird thing on me for a gag? He won't do that.
No,
He doesn't have the guts to do that.
Now I'm gonna turn you into guts. Man, as soon as I get good enough with Photoshop, I'm gonna.
Your guts. Once I figure Photoshop out, ooh, in 2 weeks you're done.
It's gonna happen, buddy.
After that college course.
Yeah,
That college course.
Exactly. Green screen and then make somebody guts. It's like that's the second.
Yeah, I minored in
semester.
guts. I majored in green screen, minored in make you guts.
Right. Make you guts.
I'm now $50,000 in debt.
Joe Biden absolutely said he's not forgiving any of this, and this is actively my fault.
It was all because of Ted Cruz coming over. He thinks we're friends now. So. But no, like we were talking. I was talking to Chris William and previous guest, friend of the show. And he was like, dude, you should put this on like iTunes because listening to stuff on YouTube is difficult. And this sounds so shitty, but like I'm okay with that not being the case because like I'm putting so much more work into the visual part of this. And I should just put a bunch of poop on the screen while I'm talking about serious stuff.
So much work.
Yeah, I know. But like it is really tough to be like, okay, I got to draw a line in the sand and be like, this is what my art has, like, it has to be viewed as opposed to listened. And I'm okay with it being a smaller audience.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to be a smaller audience. Eventually it's going to be the right audience, I guess is a better way to put it. So, and who cares if you only watch 15 minutes?
I think that you're right though. If you're gonna if I'm doing like a lot of work, and I'm doing it, and there's a way that people can view this or listen to this in a way that doesn't show what I'm doing. Right. Part of it's like, then what did I do that for?
Right. Exactly.
Exactly. I think if you do put in that amount of effort, I think it is good to just be like, I'm gonna have this specific area where you can see it, so you can actually see what I did. Because if you listen to it on Spotify, you didn't see what I did, and that's what I'm doing.
Exactly. And also, I don't like Spotify anymore.
Yeah. And you know what? We're done with Spotify. You can't even catch Alcoholitics there. I mean, you can. If you do, you should leave a review. But like,
Yes.
What were we talking about again?
I don't remember. I know what we were talking about. We were talking about Katrina, you have to go first. Ready? Who's your favorite president ever? You have to have at least one.
Barack Obama.
Okay, good.
I guess.
I mean, you could also have a president that's your favorite president because they're terrible or stupid or like.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
There's some good ones out there.
No.
What about the one that died pretty shortly after like inauguration because he didn't want to wear a coat?
Was that Harrison? Or
I think so.
McKinley?
Yeah,
That makes sense. Yeah.
One of those dum-dums.
There's so many different I'm going to put it up here. There's so many presidents. There's so
A lot
many.
of them.
It's like 46 or something. There's at least 40.
Yeah, Jed Bartlett.
Yeah.
My favorite president, Jed Bartlett. You didn't say we had to do real players. I could do fictional. I'm doing a fictional president.
Absolutely. Tell me more about Jeb?
Jed. Well, you know what?
Jed.
Actually, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it for real. My favorite president is David Palmer from 24. That guy
I was trying to remember presidents from. I'm like Logan. He was the bad one.
David Palmer from 24. You may also know him as the Allstate guy. He was the best.
What? Oh my God. I'm going to have to. I need to watch 24.
You should.
I'll tell you
should.
what. Just real quick.
It's a ride.
24 is So 24. Have you ever watched 24 at all?
No.
Oh,
Ooh.
24.
I've walked through a room when my parents were watching it, and I heard that beep, beep. Like
Hell
I
yeah.
remember that. Yeah.
Yep.
That gets me turned up. So 24
It did.
is an incredible show about just what would happen if torture works. Like, truly. 24 was made in the Iraq War era as just kind of a, like, excuse for torture.
Yep.
Like, don't worry, torture gets you info. And it's
Never fails.
It's
Never
just
fails.
Kiefer Sutherland grabbing people, chopping their fingers off, screaming at them, "Where's the bomb? Tell me where the bomb is." And honestly, they do that for 9 years, and it doesn't let up or get old.
Nope.
I love every moment of it. It is bad. By the way, it should not be what real life is like, but it definitely is great for television.
Yeah. Great television. Great
I
television.
love that. I love we're watching Alias right now. I don't know if y'all ever watched Alias, but
I never watched it,
No.
but how is
I've thought about it.
okay, so Alias is like for the time it is I mean JJ Abrams, okay? For the time period, like I don't know, like I feel like it was a good show for the time, and it's holding up. Good characters. I think that, but it's more of like they almost torture people to get the information. Like, you know, it's like they get so close. They're
just
so
edging
much,
you with torture.
pretty much, yeah. Honestly, yes. If you're like, if that's your shit, dude, like almost like if you want to watch somebody get tortured, if you love 24, but you also hate, like you just want it to last forever.
If you like 24 and Sting, you should.
Right.
Is it Sting? No, or is it Seal? Who does
Sting.
Sting. Sorry,
Oh,
too many
yeah.
people. Too many mononymed people.
Right.
If you like 24 and Sting, you're gonna love Aliens.
It's so nuts. Like literally, it's like they're every single. Okay, so from what you're saying, 24 is like, "Where's the bomb?" And then they cut off a finger, and the guy's like, "It's in the house over here." And then they go and disarm it and shoot somebody. Alias is like, "Where's the bomb?" And if you don't tell me, I'm gonna hit you in the I've got the, like, there's a guy that's like the teeth guy, and he's always about to drill in someone's teeth. Like,
Right.
dude, it is unreal how
watch
how
this show.
close he gets to almost drilling everybody's teeth.
How close he gets to almost drilling everybody.
He gets so close, yo. He's like ready to do it, and he's like, "So where's the device?" And then they're like, you know,
I think we should really
Yeah,
watch this.
Absolutely.
I think you should. It's on Hulu. No free ads. It's on Hulu, and it's definitely like I want to after. I know that there's like a few seasons of it. I'm going to tell you, the first season, y'all are going to watch it and be like, how the fuck did they put all of this story into one season? It is a roller coaster. They change the beginning in the middle of the season because other shit happens. I don't know if that's actually true now that I think about it, but other
True
shit
enough.
does happen. So much stuff happens. The first episode, I don't want to spoil anything. I'm a no spoiler kind of fella. So just go watch it. Please watch it.
If you want to tell us what happens in the first episode, that gives incentive to watch it.
Okay, anybody who's doesn't want to know, just go ahead and skip, and I'm going to put the timestamp here. Because I'm weird about spoilers. Like, I think it, like Star Wars, like who anybody might be or might not be related to is a spoiler. Like,
Really?
yeah, I'm bananas about this shit. And I realize that it's been like forever since people have, it's been out, and it's like their fault. I got mad because I do another podcast called It's About Time with Mike Peters. It's a Sopranos watch podcast. Neither of us have watched Sopranos until now. I recently I watched She-Hulk and had the Sopranos spoiled for me.
Oh no!
On She-Hulk, and I was like so pissed because it's just like, dude, who the fuck like, and it's like this is a Marvel thing, and they're like so tight-lipped about spoilers themselves.
Yeah.
And then they go and spoil like just randomly.
Yeah, but in their defense, they're like, "Hey, don't spoil this movie that just came out 2 weeks ago." And you're like, "Hey, don't spoil this television show that came out in 1997."
Yeah, exactly. No, I get it. I tottle understand. I'm the weird one. I get
just
it.
so everybody knows, Alias came out in September of 2001. So like, so don't worry about it. I'm sure this is totally cool.
Weirdly enough, they never mention 9/11, nothing like that at all.
Crazy.
As a matter of fact, I'm trying to think of like any time that there's like terrorists that are even Middle Eastern, like you couldn't tell. You know what I mean? Like there's always
ambiguous.
There's brown people. Get them, or whatever. Like,
yeah, that's 24. That's 24.
Right. That's 24.
Right.
That's 24.
Right.
No question. That's 24.
If you're looking for cultural sensitivity, not 24.
You should not be looking at 24.
The
24. 24. If you see a brown person on screen, buckle up. They did it.
Yeah.
And that's 24. It's not great. It's not great.
Oh my God, I'm trying to think about it. Like now that I think about it, the only thing, and we're on the second season, so that means it's like well into it. The only thing that they've ever mentioned that's 9/11-ish was mentioning the Patriot Act.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's a CIA guy. So basically, okay, so the synopsis that is in the intro to the show is there's this lady, Cindy Bristow. She's Jennifer Garner. She is a secret agent for a branch of the CIA called SD6. In the first episode, her fiance, God, that feels like such a spoiler. Okay,
you don't have to.
Yeah, no. Okay, I'll swallow it and I'll do it. Okay, so she tells her boyfriend that she's a spy. They kill him. She finds out because of that she is actually. That her dad also, her estranged father, also works for the same company, SD6, this branch of the CIA. And then her fiance gets killed, and then she decides that she's mad at SD6 because they killed her boyfriend. And then she finds out, she does a mission, and she finds out that she's actually not in the CIA. That SD6 is the enemy. And then, so she goes and joins the CIA as a double agent and then finds out that her dad is also a double agent.
Cool.
Great.
This plot is easy to follow.
Hooked. I'm hooked.
I'm not kidding. I'm going to watch this show.
I'm telling you, well...
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm telling you, like, honestly, the cool thing, I mean, J.J. Abrams is, like, writes strong women characters. Like, that is, like, a huge thing for him. And like, not pandering. Like, people say it's pandering, you know what I mean? But, like, it's not. It's just like, oh, wow, women can actually do some, like, they can be spies too, you idiot. Meanwhile, in Star Wars, it's like, girls can't be Jedi. But anyway, regardless, it's just like he executive produced it and shit, so it's like, I don't know. I think didn't he do Lost too?
He did.
So the good parts of Lost also, because like Lost fell apart.
How dare you? No, it didn't.
At the last season?
The last season was great. The last episode was great.
I'm gonna go watch it again.
If I watch the last episode right now, I would bet you all the money in my wallet that I would cry right now. Again,
Damn.
It's lovely. It's lovely.
Well, you know what? You just convinced me to go watch it again. What do you think, Katrina? You got a face on.
No, hang on. Yeah, because
I think it was a good emotional show that didn't know what it was going for in terms of its story and mythology,
Right.
and they never really figured it out.
I disagree. I think they landed the plane. I think they landed the plane. I think that it was definitely, there were definitely times where it was like, do you guys know what you're doing? And they were like, seriously? No. But
Yeah, right.
but I think they eventually landed the plane.
Yeah.
The plane got landed.
I really hope, the more spoiler stuff. But yeah, like that like, dude, I will not get out of my head, dude yelling for Walt, like just yelling in the water, like man, I'm getting chills thinking about his kid getting kidnapped now. And then the way it turns out is just so like weird,
Tough.
but
it was tough because that was like the whole issue with those things was definitely like, those were contractual issues that messed the story up.
right,
Like,
right.
plus the fact that like children grow older, so you can't have like a child on there anymore when you're like, he's 8, and he's like, no, he's at the very least 17.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Right, exactly. Yeah.
Who's this weird adult that's like pretending to be 10?
His voice is so low, it's ridiculous. Oh my god, that is true. That's really what happened.
Yeah, because the dude had like a growth spurt and it was like, oh well, we're done. We can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
They didn't
Thank
think
God.
ahead on that one.
There were multiple, and I won't say names or anything like that, but there were multiple characters that had to leave due to like DUIs. They were written off the show because they got DUIs.
Who? Wait, what?
Michelle Rodriguez.
No way.
And Libby.
And whoever played Libby. I was going to not say names.
Well, he just said who.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's okay. Yeah. It's fine. People know
Sorry,
that this is
it
all
was
spoilers.
beep and beep.
Yes, that's how we do it.
Also Mr. Echo. Beep.
But that was for his family.
Yeah. But I think he also had a legal thing too, did he not?
No, I think he just wanted to be with his parents died.
Oh, well, damn.
Yeah.
That guy, that's the same guy who played Out of BC on Oz, right? Mr. Echo?
I never watched Oz.
Hold on.
Never watched it, but I want to say yes.
Yeah, because the guy in Walt's dad, he was also. Let me learn how to
Perrineau?
spell Echo. What's that?
Michael.
Walt's dad, Michael, or the actor's name, Harold Perrineau?
Yes.
Perrineau? It's French. I don't know.
Yeah, no, him. He was in Oz, and this. I can't pronounce his real name, and I feel terrible, but.
Mr. Echo.
Yeah, Mr. Echo. Yeah, they were both on Oz, which Oz is. Whew, that's a hard one.
Yeah.
I wanted to watch. I did at some point want to watch that.
I mean, like, it's worth watching. I mean, realistically, it was the first HBO series that they created. And they went bananas. Like, they were like, oh, you want to talk about prison? Okay. And it was like 90s prison. So, like, there's like a lot of rappers in it, like Method Man and like Tretch from Naughty by Nature. And those are the only ones I can remember right off the top of my head. But I just remember because Tretch, like, I don't know if y'all listen to Naughty by Nature, but he would say "you bastard" all the like in the music, and then in the show he called a guy "you bastard," and I was like, oh, he had to say his line.
Of course he has to say
Sticky
it.
Fingers from Onyx was also in it. Now that I think about it. Anyway,
Damn.
how about your favorite cryptid? Tell me about your favorite cryptid. Again, no idea.
I'm like,
I know, but I'm not playing this game.
Come on, play it. Tell me.
can
Isn't
someone
it like sexy monsters?
No. Like they're just like Bigfoot or like Loch Ness.
Oh.
Like they can be sexy, I guess, if
Yeah.
you want to.
it's like cryptozoology.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like,
Mothman.
The only one I could think of was Bigfoot.
I literally was like, let me just look over to Katrina and let Katrina figure it out. Cryptid. So would that would the abominable snowman count? Like,
Yep.
a
Absolutely.
Yeti.
Yep.
Yeah.
What else counts?
The
Loch Ness monster. I'm going Loch Ness monster.
Hell yeah. Loch Ness
Nessie.
Monster is cool. I try to figure, like, I saw this one documentary on Loch Ness Monster and, like, how big the like, people are like, oh, how come you can't find a monster in a lake? And it's like, oh, this thing's, like, got underground tunnels, bro.
Yeah.
Like, that's why you can't find it.
Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah, dog. Get in those tunnels, fam. You'll never find it.
Get in those tunnels. Yeah. You got an answer, Katrina, or like?
Oh, I do not
it's
have
too
an
much?
answer.
Okay, that's okay.
I
No problem.
only have.
Yeah.
I can only think of those three, the big three.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there another? Oh wait,
there's
isn't like the
tons.
giant squid, or is that real?
Giant squids
That
are
sounds
technically
real.
cryptid.
Kraken, is that one?
Kraken.
Is that what
That
you're thinking?
might be what I'm thinking of.
There's the. Is it like a Mexican folk animal?
the chupacabra.
Chupacabra, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Goat sucker. Dude. Yeah.
Jackalope?
They're chupacabras are Puerto Rican, actually. There's like a thing about how they were possibly created by because they're like they started showing up in Puerto Rico once there was a United States military base there. So they were like, they're creating these creatures to like now we just have robot dogs with guns. So they were the original robot dogs with guns. I
Woof
guess. I don't know.
woof.
Yes, indeed.
Werewolf?
Woof woof.
Werewolf? Would that be a cryptid?
Sure,
Werewolf.
Yeah.
it
I
is
like
now.
werewolves.
Is that your
I'll
pick?
pick werewolves.
There we go.
Okay, I like it.
You said this is going to come out like late November. Could you
Yeah.
tell everybody what you're thankful for?
Oh, what am I thankful for? I'm thankful for. I mean, like I'll say like the normal stuff, like my my lady friend's awesome. Our dogs are awesome. The cats are awesome. My family's cool. I'm thankful for like them. I'm thankful for the fact that Hasbro's making the new G.I. Joe action figures because they're pretty cool.
I did
I'm
not
spending
know
way
this.
too much money on them. I'm spending way too much money on them. Let me think. What else am I thankful for? The internet.
Where you can find this podcast.
That's right. Huh. I'm thankful for the listeners. I don't know. What are you thankful for? I've never been put on the spot.
I was like, oh, this would be funny. Katrina, do you have anything you're thankful for?
I'm thankful for sliders. They're delicious.
We have
Oh,
become a
hell
slider
yeah.
household now.
Yeah. I've
Hell
made
yeah.
so many sliders in the last month and a half.
That's such a good idea.
They're delicious. So many varieties.
Oh, yeah.
So
Tell
easy
me
to
more.
put together. Oh, we've made burger sliders. We've made chicken bacon ranch sliders. We've made buffalo chicken sliders. We made chicken parm sliders.
We're gonna
Damn.
make s'mores sliders.
Yeah. There's more. Breakfast sliders.
Breakfast sliders are dope.
I'm going to have to find out, like what makes it a slider. It's just small?
We just cut it. It's either with King's Hawaiian rolls or we just cut it into like bite-sized portions.
What you do is you make a slab of something,
Yeah.
and then you cut it, and boom, sliders.
yeah.
Yep.
That makes so much sense to me now. My God, we need to get on sliders.
I mean, to be fair, pretty much anything you put on King's Hawaiian, like it's going to be a slider. Like,
Yeah.
it's,
Right,
It's
yeah.
they're little slider burger or slider patties. It's going to be a slider. The croissant things that we use for the breakfast ones, that one's we're pushing the definition of slider.
I
I
mean,
think.
croissanto on the bottom, croissanto on top. There's little, it's like a little bun.
I mean, technically, yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Alright.
that is. I mean, it is. It would probably have to go to the judges, but if I were a judge, I would say yes, this passes. You know what's really funny is I just remembered how I wanted to start. I wanted to start by saying the problem. The problem is
So far.
I know. But thankfully I remembered because otherwise I would have been like so mad. So we were talking before about like how Katrina, and Terrayne. Okay, so I honestly I feel like we've talked a few times. I have a condition. I think it's a condition, but I am terrified to say people's names because even though I know their name, I'm gonna be wrong. And I was talking to my girlfriend earlier, like the other day, and I was like, legit, like I have such a problem with this. Like, I really honestly think that I'm going to fuck this up with anybody. And she was like, well, as long as you don't call me by like my full name. And I was like, it wouldn't even be that. It would be like Ronald. You know, I'm like, I'll just say the absolute wrong name. It's just not, you know, my brain is just going to like shut down. And that's a paralyzing fear.
And you're worried about calling your significant other Ronald because you're currently dating the Burger King, right?
Grimace, actually.
And you just don't like that. You can't mess that up.
No, right. Yeah. If you're like, listen. I'm glad that you came up with that. That's good. Wait. I have one more thing. Hold on. Maybe. How'd you get hurt in gym class?
I've been hit with a dodgeball before.
Okay.
I rolled my ankle a lot doing sports, so
Yeah.
that'd probably be a thing.
What
also
sports?
just like emotionally in gym class for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah.
What sports did you play?
Soccer, basketball, softball.
Are you tall?
No.
Hell yeah.
You know, just a child forced into sports by their parents when they're not actually athletic. Yeah.
Well, you need structure.
You also
That's like
swim.
parents
Oh well, you didn't do like swimming for the swim team. You just-
I for 2 weeks I did.
Oh yeah,
For 2 weeks.
and
Oh
what a
my
2
God.
weeks it was.
Right.
The only thing I've ever quit. That's not true. But probably the first thing.
It started your addiction to quitting.
Yeah.
What else have you quit? Addiction to quitting. That's really funny.
Oh, all of the sports I mentioned
All the
at
sports
some
you
point.
mentioned. On numerous times, the podcast.
Yeah.
Aw.
Sometimes we need
Gets
a break.
rough, you know?
Sometimes we need a break. That's
Yeah,
okay.
I totally get it. Yeah. Sometimes you, especially with like the stuff that you guys talk about, because it can be very depressing.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
was for a number of years. So,
Sometimes you need to not pay attention to the news, and it's hard to do that if you have a political podcast.
Yeah.
So,
right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
yeah.
Shit, I completely forgot to ask you guys. So what's your social media stuff? I should have put that at the beginning. I will, but I'll ask you and put it there again.
You can find me on where can you find? You can find me on Twitter or on Instagram
For now.
at Terrayne Myricks before I leave for Mastodon, baby.
Yeah.
Mastodon.
That's what's up.
But yeah, you can find me on those things at Terrayne Myricks, and you can find the podcast anywhere you get your podcast.
You
Sweet.
can't find me. I don't want to be found.
I noticed that also, by the way. I was like, wait a second. Oh, we're not
don't
friends.
have
Wait.
it.
Yeah, you don't have it. That's fair. That's fair. What do you do with your phone when you go to sleep?
Mine is under my pillow playing Archer while I sleep. 'Cause I
Like
need a little
the
noise.
television program?
Yep.
Okay, fair enough.
It's one day it will explode and kill me, but it hasn't yet. One day.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, oh man, I wish that would happen to me.
Sometimes it gets really hot.
What about you, Terrayne? What do you do?
My phone sits on the end table either, well, when I had my laptop, it sat on my laptop, but it just sits on my end table because I play my stuff through my computer instead of on my phone under my pillow.
There
We've
you
got
go.
conflicting things playing.
Oh wow. Well,
And I have earplugs in.
Yeah.
It's
That
a
is-
crazy situation, but it works.
She's playing Archer. I'm playing The Good Place, which then sometimes I'm playing stuff on Hulu, and it's so short that it eventually then switches over to Archer as well. So I'm also listening to Archer while I sleep.
I love it. That's awesome. I think that's it. Yeah. So, thank you so much for hanging out. This was super fun. I had a great time.
Thank you for having us. This was
thank you.
super fun. Thank you. This is awesome.
No, thank you.
And
All right.
And one really quick before I just wanted to shout out my boy Ted Cruz. Peace and love, my man. You keep getting on Twitter and liking incest porn and then blaming your staffers.
Hell yeah. I love it. All right, cool. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please, thank you. Rate, review, subscribe. Should have said that at the beginning too. Don't talk to cops. Bye.